Greetings, you're joining me for another show, and some of you are going to be happy about this, because, well, we're revisiting Mob Psycho. I know I am. Now, I want to preface this by saying, originally it was going to be something different, however, because some people cannot be trusted and, well, have ruined the experience for everyone, I was forced to revoke the poll, and that's it. No, you're not getting any of them. Well done. And those of you who were excited about the poll and what was coming up, I am actually incredibly sorry for you, because, well, I am not going to let me or my channel be dictated by people who think they are better than everyone else. But anyway, I hope you can enjoy Mob Psycho. It should be a fun ride. And as always, visually interesting. If the world was actually filled with spectres and spirits, well, it might actually be less terrifying than it is now. I think I'd trust some of them more than others. Who's the first psychic that it shows us? Now, there's always going to be people superstitious about, oh, crops are failing, therefore it has to be, like, some sort of spirit or evil deity. But if you actually see something like that, you got a bit more evidence. He put up with it for 3 years. The strongest of all of them. And he has a hole in his socks. I don't think he can really afford much. Were you feigning putting glasses closer to the bridge of your nose? It's only fair. Still, 30% of 0 is still 0. Doesn't seem like a bad deal. Did you have your exercise club to be going to? Nope, absolutely nothing. Not the most terrifying of scarecrows I've seen. It doesn't seem like the scarecrow itself, there we go, could have withered all the crops and killed it, unless the farmer was just very bad at his hobby. Radish to the face. Wriggle, wriggle. Well, at least his name is descriptive. So using the crops as some sort of nourishment. You do realise if you take all of them, then there won't be any crops for him to harvest. Oh no, his secret! Just don't make him use his full power, because then, well, we've seen what happened in the end of the last season. When he gets serious. And I'm not talking about Mob. So if you can kick out the driver... So he's now, what, carjacking vegetation. Seemed to work. And it was that easy. This little job has actually provided Mob with another way to be tremendously powerful. Why was he buried in the ground? How did he get there? I really do like the holographic card shiny effect that when Mob uses his powers. Could be worse. Usually you don't really want to be paid in little bags. Tremendous. Are they edible? So even though they were grown with pure energy, the zoetrope. That's an interesting use of it, I guess. I was looking forward to the intro. And the fact that it uses various kind of animation tricks and possible optical illusions, I can't remember if that one was one, really does go above and beyond. I really don't want to see a deconstruction of a face. Now, I'm not going to say it's immediately as memorable or catchy as the first one, but it's got its charm. If you want to see what an acid trip in visual format looks like, and as all good organisations, they are meeting in a restaurant. So the investigation goes on. It's good that they are panning down from that picture. Do you think anyone would want to be the basis of a cult without their knowledge? I'm not sure what to think of her. The backing track to her speech there. He's actually taking responsibility for it. It's not often you see a public apology and outing of themselves like this. You're scheming far too much. The only one that doesn't have a vegetable for a face. Almost as if he was doing something wrong there. She's just that good at guessing what people are thinking. Haven't really seen you interact with her much, though. For some reason, I got, like, Monogatari vibes from that just then. Do you think he has time to be the student council president and his side job of cleansing spirits and exercising? And as a cold sweat breaks out on his face. We're gonna need a montage. Mob managed to collect exactly 1 vote. Huh. So he gave others the opportunity, but doesn't say he wasn't going to run again. Make amends for everything that he's done. That's actually kind of a good way of doing it. It's good that he is actually trying there. Okay, I forgot about those guys. No, he's got a lot more votes. He has thrown the whole thing into turmoil now. Now it's just as long as he doesn't completely cack it up. Pass out. Well, he's got their attention. Well, 4 minutes and 55 seconds. Yeah. You can't just force him into a public setting like that and expect him to do well. Mob was the exact opposite of how I would be able to... It's like getting up to the stage would be the terrifying part. That was kind of fast. That caused a stress explosion, not the speech. Ah. pushing him forward at every turn. The world is over. This is one of the 13 seals has been broken. Mob getting a girlfriend. Is it like bookstore? How exactly are they similar? Starting off well. But are ghosts well known in this world or not? Any why you would need to. Ah. Usually, whenever anyone says, "Oh, I'm writing a novel," cool. When you've actually got something to show for it, that's different. But anyone that actually goes through with it and gets published, even if they publish it themselves, I have great respect for. God damn it, Fart, why are you here? Yeah, welcome home. Bye. Yeah, he's completely with it, isn't he? Huh? He has really been raised up slightly, and I hope it's not just some big distraction or anything. That's the part that he picks out. Right. How Mob thinks about things is interesting. He doesn't like to see people upset, though, which is a nice characteristic. That is some interesting psychoanalysis. Ah. Oh, it's the phone going off. Is this going to add to his percentage here? Mob is such a kind boy. Those spirits are going to be in a world of hurt, though, if he's upset. It actually took me a second to notice there was a tree. How long have you been sat there? So he was the only one that actually encouraged her with the novel. Some great friends you've got there. He actually spoke up. Well, even with people who seem to have gone against him, he doesn't like people being unfairly treated. Gathering the pieces. He actually liked the book, so yeah, he's going to keep it. That's wow. Actually, you kind of made him reflect slightly there. Relegated to not even being drawn half-assed. You're going to need quite a lot of sellotape there. Thing is, he could easily regain all of those pieces. Is she going to be weirded out by his psychic abilities now? Because this would be quite impressive. No, there's a piece missing. There it is. What do you respond to that with? Could have gone worse. I'm enjoying this new slant on Mob Psycho, where it's actually exploring him and his emotions a bit more. Why does he care? Well, his fan club is growing. If you got a new idea, it might not be a bestseller, but she's writing it. At what point did you help at any... No, thank... Yep. As scathing as always. Wow, he had a few books there to try and help him. Actually getting into some more spirit killing. And of course, when we have Mob Psycho not only exploring the dangerous ghost occult aspects, but also... Well, the first season had him improve his physical form. Now we're getting more into his emotional and how he responds to the world. If he manages to become a fully fledged member of society and have his psychic powers, unstoppable. Now, of course, I kind of understand how Mob was thinking there, so you've never spoken before, you don't really know who they are. You're not just going to accept that kind of invitation out of nowhere. Get to know them a little first. The fact it was originally a dare kind of puts a damper on things, but he seemed to enjoy the week. But it's always nice when you see someone push themselves to be more than what they are, to try and be better. And it was in the first episode. Kind of surprising, but at the same time, a lot actually happened in this episode. And they didn't skimp on doing the nice little effects for when he's using his powers. I also really enjoyed when he was flying around with the vines, instantly getting into grips with how to use a newly acquired technique. He's not normal, that boy. That boy's not right. And if I had the power to reconstruct something after it had been torn into 1,000 pieces or shattered on the floor while carrying cups of tea around, well, I'd have to buy a lot less Chinaware. And I don't really see a downside other than a few visible cracks here and there. If you want to see more, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure that this one gets the love and appreciation it deserves, because, well, I've been so disheartened recently. Take care of yourselves. Get some rest. Join me in the next one. If you want to shove me up on stage even though I am woefully unprepared, then consider joining onto my Patreon instead, because it's slightly less embarrassing for us all. So to Sal, Raywin, Electrican, Darthia, Shiwan, Mecha, Jennifer Rohat, Stinsfire, Big Boy, Mads, Rasmus Paulson, Girly, Denima 1997, ASD, Dark Shadow 7899 and everyone else, hopefully you don't have to sit through 5 minutes of complete silence. Although maybe you'll enjoy it.